Hey everybody, welcome back to Cat Daddy Fishing, where we haven't been doing any fishing on this channel, but a little bit of fixing. You like that? Just made that up. Well, we're going to take this big pile of crud just sitting on my table here, and we're going to make it a machine, a catfish catching machine. Now, I like to use cow's drag grease, people. Cow's drag grease or some synthetic oil if I use oil. Just to let you know in case anybody's out there and asks me. Now I'm going to mess up probably once or twice, but when I do, don't hit me up for it. As long as I've been doing this, I still mess up. But I ended up replacing his C-clip, his uh, axle retaining clip, which is what that is, that right there, and his pawl. Which just shot on the floor. But anyway, I ended up replacing those just because of how old they are. Figured if anything's going to fail, it was going to be one of those three things. But if you get a chance, hit subscribe and hit that little bell. You get notified when I make another video. Come join me on this little adventure we take and the skinny river fishing we do when we do it. But I'd honestly rather fish than video it. So anyway, so the first thing we are going to do is put the clutch back together, and I'm going to suggest you get you a little old bag of these model paintbrushes for $1, 10 for $1, and put you some grease on there. Just start putting a thin layer. Some people put oil on this. I've done it both ways, but as much as this is used, we're going to put it just like this. Anything that's metal on metal needs some good, not a good amount of grease. But then we're going to take that piece here and we're going to put it right on top. Well, come on now. Right on top of that. Well, hold on. Wrong side. There we go. Told you I was going to mess up. Then we're going to come right back with another piece on top of it. It's this L looking bracket thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but it needs just a little bit of grease on it too. It's actually the button that you engage your spool with. And then finally, this last piece, but I'm just going to put some oil through here where it slides up and down. And a tad bit on top of that right there. Put that on top of there. And that's how it should look. Hopefully that you can see that well enough. And then we're going to grab this pressure plate, but you don't grab that until you grab your yoke, which I like to put a little bit of grease on right there in this area right here. It's going to rub. And you're going to put your pinion in there, which usually I end up putting that in upside down 3 or 4 different times before I realize what I've done and why things ain't going back together right. There we go. Well, is that right? See, here we go already. Is that right? You will know by, and here's another thing you want to know. See how that's all flat and everything? It always goes messed up, the whole side up is the way it goes. So when you're lining this thing up, everything should be right there in the middle of it. And then you're going to put your clip right on top of it. And when you do that, you should be able to hold your finger on top of it, engage, disengage, engage, disengage, engage, disengage, engage, disengage. Now that's going pretty smooth. See it? And still has plenty of grease down in there, so everything's alright with that. Now we're going to grab your main gear holder. We'll set this off to the side right now, and we're going to build your gear. First things first, actually, yeah, I can't forget to put that drag washer. I like to line things out before I do them, if you ain't noticing. This goes on the bottom of this before you put that on there. First thing I want to do is actually put a little bit of grease on my bottom washer here. Maybe that'd be a little bit better. Because that's going to go right there, right on the bottom there. And you're just going to set that right on top of your main gear. And you're just going to start painting your, not painting, but get you out a little bit of grease. A little more than that. I like wet drag washers. Now I didn't upgrade this. I just kept the regular old kind that I had soaked in that one video. If you want to go ahead and check that out. But you're going to put that one down. And you're going to follow that with this washer. Alright. You're going to get you a little more grease. Do your next one. You ain't got to have too much on there. That's why I'm not worried about what comes off of it. So you're going to put that one on there. And you're going to throw the one with the, I tell everybody the nipples. The nipples that are sticking out there. Stick it on there. Line it up. There it is. Lined up in the holes there. Then you come back with this other one. I believe everybody should learn to do this. If you got a whole bunch of reels like I do, around here they charge $14, $15. Maybe some people charge $20 a reel to do it. And if you got 10, 20 reels you use every year, then that's a problem. I don't want to pay all that. I'd rather go buy another reel than do that. Now, if you got all that your drag stacked, you're gonna come over here. You're gonna grab your clutch plate. You're going to stick your your gears right there. It's going to have to work it a little bit. But you hear that? It ain't bad. So what we're going to do now is take a good, I like to put not a good glob, but I'm going to take this right here. And I'm going to take the rest of that off. Take that off. And I'm going to stick that right in there, right in this spot right down here. Now granted that drag fell apart, but see how they quieted that down drastically? We're good to go there. You want to check it, make sure when you push this button it'll lift this up. See? And turn it, and it should pop out. See that? Alright. So you're going to be able to push your button, turn your gearing, and it pops right out. Here you didn't even hear that. You get it out of the factory, it's like click click. Whatever. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this. So the next thing we need to do is put your drag sleeve on. I put a small amount of grease in here. You're going to line that up. Maybe I've had it on upside down. Let's check. Nothing's going to matter. There we go. Got that on there. And we want to put the plate on. Now be careful putting your plate on. And everything should snap in place. You shouldn't have to force anything. Everything's just lined right up. See that? No spacing in there. I didn't force it or nothing. And we're going to take our, now here's the real kicker, find out which two screws it is that goes in there. Oh. Ease down, down. I think I'm missing a screw. I think that's too small, yep. Until I find the other screw, which I think is right there. Yeah, I got it. Take that, you're just going to screw that back in there. And this is the part that a lot of people get, this side of the reel, those parts is what a lot of people get messed up, and they'll bring me the reel with just that part, this side here, not put together because they have gotten a piece upside down, you know, like that yoke I was showing you, and the pinion gear. I like to give it tight. Spin around. Do it again. Now, before we go any further, I need to show you this. These are pressure washers, is what I call them. Now, see how they're kind of bowed and they rock? See that? They need to go together so that they look like a smiley face on one end, like a duck face. Yeah. If you put them together the wrong way, they don't have that space. So you want to put them together with the duck face. See it? That's for when your that's for when your drag star comes down on top of that. That's emitting pressure on top of it. So we're going to go ahead and grab one. Now, this is where, and I don't have them sitting out. Sometimes you need jeweler pliers for this. Sometimes you don't. Depends on how smooth. I cleaned it, so I'm hoping the threads are good and clean, but sometimes that's not enough. So we'll get it on there, not crooked. We'll see. Oh, it ain't gonna do it. What you're gonna have to do is get down there and just barely squeeze it. So where you get your handle on there. Once you now get your handle on there. Still ain't working. I just have to keep this the whole time. I don't like to do it the whole way through it. Here we go. Now, put your handle on top of that and spin it down. Oh, really? You know what? We're just going to do it with the pliers. I usually do it with the handle, but it ain't working out right. And then you got to get your drag spring washer, which is your handle washer, or whatever they want to call it. And that I will put a drop of grease on, a drop of oil on each side of that, one here and one right here. You know, metal on metal of anything has to get something, so I'll throw a little bit of oil on that. You can put your handle on there. Now, here comes the hard and the worst part of putting the handle on. That clip right there disappears from many of real repairers' lives every day. So I suggest when you put that sucker on there, get it from the back. You're going to stick it on there, and you're going to have to use sometimes you can just push it on there with your finger. Like that. But a lot of times you can't. You got to come there. You're going to come with your handle nut. Make sure you get that on straight. You do not want to do any of this tightening down and it not be on straight, because you're going to end up ruining. You'll strip this right here, these threads, and you'll have to get a whole new main gearing there. There's no way around that. That's going to happen if you put it on cockeyed. Just play with it till it wants to take it. And you break out your 10 millimeter. The only job this has, tighten down your handles a little bit. It ain't gonna come off. You're gonna put your handle, your nut protector, I guess, back on top of it. Yeah. See it? Listen to that. Quiet. Now, the one thing I'm going to go ahead and do, I didn't do earlier, which I wish I didn't hit that. Wow. Just put one drop of oil in there for when the drive shaft is put in there, and you're going to put your drive shaft clip in there and push it in there till you hear it click. Go ahead and put that on there. That's why I should have done it earlier, so my handle ain't in the way, but you can still do it. And you're going to crank that down as far as you can. So when you put that shaft in there, it clicks. Let's see here. Hear that? That ain't coming out of there. Got your brake washer intact. Set all this off to the side. Now, we'll put this in. Your worm gear and your paw and all that. See, there's not much left. That's your clicker, worm gear. Now, here we go. You need 3 hands to do this. I'm not going to deny it. Okay, you do. Go ahead on the side here that's got the little divot on it. You'll have an indentation in there that's going to hold this bearing for that worm gear. Some things don't have a bearing in the worm gear, but here lately a lot of them do. I didn't think this one was, to be honest. I thought I was going to have that plastic bushing until I seen it. I was like, well, you want to go ahead and stick that in there. But don't stick it all the way in there, because you got to get this on there. Your line guide. Now, my secret to that is just line that sucker, just get that in there. Get this in there to where it holds. And your opening is always pointing down. And like I said earlier, everything goes into place without you having to force it. Hear that click? Right into place. And then take this retaining spring, put you a drop of oil there, a drop of oil on the other side of it. That's going to hold your worm gear in there while you put your paw in there. Now, you don't need 3 hands no more. I like to take this, it's going to run back and forth, back and forth. I like to take this and leave it on one side. Now, put a drop of oil in there. Metal on metal, remember? One drop. You're going to take your paw, stick it in that hole. Just like that. And you want to turn knob over here until it goes down in the hole. See that?